Fantastic Four, First Steps, Marvel's biggest comeback or total flop? Okay, before I get into my review, let's do a little history lesson on the Fantastic Four. The Fantastic Four was first published by Marvel Comics in November in 1961. They were created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby with the intent to bring the concept of family to the superhero world. The general origin story is the team went to space, was bombarded by cosmic rays, and were gifted with superpowers loosely based on their personality traits. The team consisted of Reed Richards, aka Mr. Fantastic, the leader, father figure, and scientist of the group, who was gifted with the power to stretch his body based off of his mental ability to stretch the realms of possibility with his intellect. Then we have Susan Richards, aka the Invisible Woman, Reed's wife and the maternal figure of the team, who was gifted with the ability to make herself as well as other objects invisible. In addition, she has the ability to create invisible force fields based off her subtle yet protective personality as the motherly role. Next, we have Benjamin Grimm, aka The Thing, Reed's best friend and pilot of the group, who becomes a super strong powerhouse made out of living rock because he is the rock of the group. Finally, we have Johnny Storm, aka the Human Torch, Sue's younger brother, who is also the daredevil, hot-headed youngest member of the group, who gains the ability to envelop his body in flames and the ability to generate, control, and manipulate fire due to his fiery personality. Interestingly enough, one of the first successful movie adaptations of the Fantastic Four wasn't even a Fantastic Four movie. It was instead The Incredibles. One could say Pixar's parody of the Fantastic Four. This cartoon movie premiered in 2004. With a little power switching for the team members, Mr. Incredible has strength like the Thing, Elastic Girl can stretch like Mr. Fantastic, Violet has invisibility and shield manipulating powers like the Invisible Woman, and Dash has super speed instead of firepower like the Human Torch. I suspect because the format of The Incredibles was geared towards a wider age range for the audience, which would include younger children. This movie was so successful because it took the original message, family, and put it in a more family-friendly format. Following the success of this movie, we have the first officially released Fantastic Four movie in 2005. In my opinion, the timing of these two movies were perfect because it reignited the interest of longtime Fantastic Four fans and brought a newer generation of fans to the genre. Now, history lesson over. Let's get into the movie Fantastic Four, First Steps. The setting of the movie is Earth 828, an alternate reality Earth, as a tribute to Jack Kirby's birthday, August 28th. This Earth is a 1960s futuristic style reminiscent of the Jetsons. This style gives a nod to the time frame of the original creation of the team in 1961, which works well because it not only gives a reason for the original style choices from the comic book's appearance, but also brings a fusion of current mind state and an association with family values. The movie roughly explains the origin story of the team, how they have become the world's protectors, and quickly moves us 4 years ahead to the current time in the movie. I liked how this movie is considered an action movie, but felt more like a heartfelt examination of family life. We are inserted into the everyday lives of the heroes and given an understanding of what makes them heroes from the inside out. Starting with Reed, he is shown as a genius with the ability to create solutions for every problem. But the other side of that intellect is an obsession. He obsesses over every possible outcome or issue. He has to look at every angle of every problem, even if it is something he does not want to see. This leads him to detaching himself from the family. He is so busy trying to protect the family that he in some ways neglects the family. This is depicted in an understanding way because it is made clear that this is his process, and without this process he cannot completely protect the family. Next, we see Ben. The irony of the biggest, most dangerous looking character being the most sensitive and understanding character of the group makes him easily the most likable character in the movie. He handles the most delicate situations, and he notices emotional things before everyone else. But he also feels detached, not because of his lack of emotional intelligence, but because of his physical predicament. Then there is Johnny. I like how this was the most responsible, self-aware, and controlled rendition of the character. Sometimes moving faster than everyone around you can look like you are being impulsive, when you may in fact have given much thought to your decisions. It's just your speed that comes across as brash. This Johnny was not a hothead. Rather, he was a passionate and curious character, ready to trust and open up to what everyone else sees as a threat. Some may see his actions as naive, but like all the other characters, what seemed like his weakness was also his strength, showing a more refined version of the most admirable characteristics of youth. Last but certainly not least was Sue. This depiction of Sue was anything but invisible. She essentially was the most emotionally powerful character in the movie. Her determination was unmatched, yet her ability to connect emotionally made her the matriarch, the spokesperson, and the diplomat of the group. Sue was straightforward, and I find it difficult to point out any weaknesses in her character. But if I had to choose, it was her laser focus, sometimes dismissed looking at things from a different point of view. But like all the other characters, this was also her strength. When she put her foot down, not only did she move mountains, but she made mountains want to move. Each character had their strengths and perceived weaknesses, but the beauty of this movie was how they worked together to handle not only cosmic level threats, but to include everything from everyone in the family's issues to create something bigger than each individual. Essentially, they worked together as a family and extended that bond to the world they were trying to protect. And for that reason, I would give this movie a 10 out of 10. I would say this movie is the Marvel Cinematic Universe's biggest comeback. I look forward to the next steps in Marvel's Phase 6.